Hello, everybody. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to arrive, and I'm hoping that the sound is okay today. I noticed it was a little bit crackly in the grief session. If anyone is an expert with sound and live streaming, please do get in contact with me. But hopefully, this is a little bit better, being closer to me. Welcome, everybody, whether you are watching this live session or you're watching the recording. Today is all about processing anger. And anger is a really big emotion. It's a big one because it triggers the ancient fight, flight, freeze response. So the other emotions that do this are fear, anxiety, and excitement as well. So, anxiety and excitement, physiologically, it feels the same in the body. And so, this is why anger can be really visceral. It's really felt in the body because our body goes into that fight flight response. And when this happens, you have the stress hormone cortisol running through your body, adrenaline starts pumping around, and essentially your body is primed for action. So your heart starts beating faster, your digestive system slows down, your muscles get tense. This is what's happening when we go into that fight flight response. So when we're feeling really angry, we're going into that fight flight response. And I've talked about this in the past, in short doses, this response is okay because we're able to come back to a place of rest and relaxation. But when you're feeling kind of chronically angry, both expressed anger and suppressed anger, and this is really important to remember because when we suppress an emotion, it doesn't mean that it goes away. We're just moving it to somewhere else. We're still experiencing it, but we're just trying to consciously ignore it. Okay, so even suppressed anger can be really damaging to your physical health because it might start to impact, you might get muscle tension. When we feel constantly angry, you might get migraines, you might have stomach problems, you might get illnesses, diseases. Anger can really show up in the body. So it can really impact our physical health. And of course, it can really impact our mental health. Because when we're feeling continually angry or really not finding ways to process our anger in a healthy way, it can impact our mental health by making us feel more stressed, more anxious, and of course, depressed. Okay, so it's a really important emotion to process and to find time to process so that it doesn't either get pushed down, suppressed, and ignored, or expressed in unhealthy ways and projected onto other people. And the thing about anger that is really important to understand is that anger is like a preceding emotion. It's an emotion that masks often what we're really feeling. So behind anger, we might be feeling sad, you might be feeling grief, you might be feeling lonely, you might be feeling rejected, you might be feeling unloved, unworthy, misunderstood, you might feel shame. These are some of the emotions that can really lie behind anger. But because anger is often easier to feel and express, that's sometimes the go-to emotion. And this is really clear to see in children. So I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, and kids are really good at actually just expressing their emotions when they have them And anger is, of course, a big one. Kids have meltdowns and tantrums all the time. So when my little boy gets angry, he's 3 years old, his name's Wolf or Wolfie, he will stamp his feet, he might throw something across the room, he screams out loud. This is actually a really healthy and normal way for us to process our anger. But of course, when we grow up and we get older, it's not, it would be frowned upon if we were to just start screaming and stamping our feet in the workplace. But kids are actually really good at naturally regulating their emotions. 9 times out of 10, when Wolfie does this and he gets really, really angry, I wait until he is, feeling a bit more regulated and a bit more calm. And when I talk to him about what's really going on, he might say, "Mummy, I'm feeling anxious that I'm leaving you today." He can sometimes get a bit of separation anxiety before he goes to nursery. Or maybe he's actually feeling really sad because Winter, my daughter, doesn't want to play with him. And actually, in this moment, she wants to do a drawing. And so he's feeling sad because she doesn't want to play the game that he wants, but it's coming out as anger. I hope this makes sense, because I think actually children are a really good example of how anger is the preceding emotion, the emotion that we see. And obviously with kids, it can be really, really, really visceral. Physical and in your face. But that's actually not what's going on behind. That's not really what's lying at the foundation of what they're really feeling. Like I said, that's a really healthy way actually to process our anger. But what often happens is during childhood, kids are often either shamed for feeling anger, or they're kind of silenced. They're told, they're told off for actually experiencing and expressing a really normal human emotion. So when thinking about your own personal anger and thinking about ways in which you might express it, either in healthy ways or unhealthy ways, you've always got to go back to your childhood. Like everything, it does go back to childhood, because this is when we would have seen how anger should be expressed. So if you grew up in a family unit where anger was, where your parents argued all the time and anger was like the go-to emotion, it was really loud, that's something that you would have picked up, and that's something that you would almost have kind of normalized. Or maybe you were always shamed, so when you got angry you were really shamed for that emotion, so then you learned to suppress and ignore it. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't feel anger, because you do. You're a human being, but you've just learned to suppress and ignore and hide it. So to think about how you express your anger and you might process it, gently reflect back. How did my parents or caregivers, how did they express anger or not express anger? Was it in a healthy way? Was it in an unhealthy way? Was I ever taught how to process my anger in a healthy way? And the answer for most people probably is no. So that's exactly what I want to show you guys today. Some simple techniques to allow you to, number one, bring your nervous system back into balance. Because remember, when we're feeling really angry, essentially your thinking brain has gone offline. So it's like your reptilian brain or the lizard brain, which is where our amygdala is, that's running the show. Your thinking brain has gone offline. And that's really why people, say they feel, they see red, or they, you do things when you're angry that you would never normally do. That's because your thinking brain is not running the show. So number one, you want to really start to bring your nervous system into balance. You cannot logicalize your way out of anger. It's a really, like I said, it's a really kind of visceral emotion. So first step is to just bring some stillness back into your nervous system. And then we're going to, of course, do some tapping to just give your anger space. And I think this is something that we don't often do, because if we learned that anger was scary, for example, maybe let's say your parents maybe did get violent, or they did really shout when they got angry. Maybe anger for you doesn't feel safe. And so that's why you don't want to, kind of confront it. But actually, when we slow down and you ask your anger, what do you need today? Or what's lying behind my anger? That's when you can really start to process your anger in a healthy way, exploring gently what might be lying behind it. And that's what tapping is great for, and that's what I'm going to guide you through today. But first, we are going to do, this is like a tapping meditation. One of the reasons why tapping is so incredible is because it physically brings your nervous system to a place of balance. And when we're going into that fight flight response, we want to bring some balance back into the nervous system. And that's why tapping is the best way to reduce stress and anxiety. So this is like a tapping meditation. And we're also going to be using a bit of visualization with color. And this is a great way to really encourage kind of fresh energy into your nervous system. So I'm going to guide you to breathe in a color that makes you feel really calm and really peaceful. And then you're going to breathe out a color that represents your anger, your negative tension. Don't worry about what the colors are. It does not matter, but it's that visualization technique of breathing in one color and breathing out another. This is a great way to welcome that new energy in. So take a minute to get yourself comfortable. If you're sat on a chair, feet flat on the floor, so don't have your legs kind of crossed over. Feet flat on the floor. Begin by tapping both of your inner eyebrow points. Okay, so just tapping on the inner eyebrow point, and I want you to gently close down your eyes because I'm going to guide you through. Tapping on that inner eyebrow point, closing down the eyes, I want you to breathe in through your nose. And then outer eyebrow, letting go. Underneath the eye, breathing in. Underneath the nose, letting go. Underneath the mouth, breathing in. And tapping on the chest, letting go. Underneath the arm, breathing in. And then tapping on the head, letting go. And moving back to the inner eyebrow point, but this time you're going to use that color visualization. So breathing in a color that makes you feel really calm, really safe, and really peaceful. Then moving to the outer eyebrow point, exhaling out a color that represents your anger and your negative tension. Underneath the eye, breathing in that color of peace and safety. Underneath the nose, exhaling out that color that represents your anger and tension. Underneath the mouth, breathing in that color of peace and tranquility. And tapping on the chest, exhaling out your anger. Underneath the arm, breathing in that color of peace and safety. And then exhaling out that color of anger and tension. Really good. Then place both hands on your heart center. Take a deep and cleansing breath, breathing in through the nose. letting go through the mouth. And then I want you to just take a moment to check in with your anger today, but with no judgment, instead just a gentle curiosity. How angry do you feel in this moment? I want you to give it a number, so 0 to 10, 0 being I feel no anger at all, 10 being I am really, really, really angry today. Where's your number? With no judgment. And then I want you to begin to gently open your eyes, becoming present to this moment once again. Well done, everybody. It doesn't take long to start to bring some balance back into your nervous system. Tapping is brilliant at doing that. Sometimes if you're feeling really angry and I was to ask you just to do a kind of more traditional meditation, you might find that really hard. So that is where tapping really does come into its own. Start by just tapping and breathing. Breathing in through the nose. Remember, always out through the mouth for as long as you can. This helps to extend your out breath. And the more you extend your out breath, the more you engage what is known as your parasympathetic nervous system. That's the opposite of the sympathetic nervous system, which is what we go into when we're feeling stressed, anxious, or angry. Okay, so it's the parasympathetic nervous system that we want to engage. So breathing in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. As you just do one round of tapping and breathing. So you're really not having to think very much at all, just tapping and breathing, tracking the breath as it goes in and out. And then after one round, start to incorporate that color. Color is a brilliant tool for meditation, and it's great at cleansing the energy. So a color, breathing in that represents safety and peace, and then exhaling out a color that represents your anger and your tension. Okay, that didn't take long at all, but hopefully you're starting to notice that your nervous system is feeling a bit more calm and grounded. And now, of course, we're going to do some tapping. So you've got your number, 0 to 10. How angry do you feel in this moment? Remember, with no judgment, just a gentle curiosity. And then start by tapping on your karate chop. I'm sorry, I've got my, getting used to my microphone being there. So it's the side part of your non-dominant hand. I'm right-handed, I tap on my left hand. And then you repeat after me. Even though I'm feeling really angry today, I love and deeply accept myself anyway. And even though I have all of this anger inside of me, that's okay. Anger is a normal human emotion. And I give myself permission to process it today. And even though I want to suppress or ignore my anger, I love my body. I love my mind. I'm open to the possibility of processing my anger today. Then moving to the inner eyebrow point, close down your eyes and I will guide you through. Repeat after me. I'm feeling really angry. Outer eyebrow. This anger that I feel in my body and mind. underneath the eye. This anger and tension that I feel in my body and mind. Underneath the nose. Why am I feeling angry today? Underneath the mouth. What's triggered my anger today? Tapping on the chest. I'm feeling really angry right now. Underneath the arm. And I don't know if I can let it go. Tapping on the head. My nervous system is on high alert. Inner eyebrow. With all this anger running through me. Outer eyebrow. It's exhausting carrying all of this anger. Underneath the eye. This anger that I'm holding in my body and mind. Underneath the nose. Why am I feeling so angry right now? Underneath the mouth. What is challenging me today? Tapping on the chest. I wonder if. Underneath the arm. Just in this moment. Tapping on the head. I can allow some of my anger to be free. Okay, really good. Place your palms facing up. Shut down your eyes. Take a deep cleansing breath for me. Breathing in. Then letting go. And then with eyes gently closed, firstly tuning in to how your body feels in this moment, any areas that feel more tense and more relaxed. And then gently tuning into your number. Where would your number be now? On that anger intensity, as you very slowly start to give your nervous system permission to feel your anger and allow it to flow. Gently open your eyes and we'll do another round. Even though I'm still feeling angry, I love and deeply accept myself anyway. And even though I have this anger inside of me, that's okay. Anger is a normal human emotion. And I realize now it is safe to express my anger. And even though I'm still feeling angry today, I love my body. I love my mind. I give my whole nervous system permission to relax and feel safe. And then moving to the inner eyebrow point, closing down the eyes, repeat after me. Thank you, anger. Outer eyebrow. Thank you for guiding me today. Underneath the eye. It is safe to express my anger. Underneath the nose. It's safe to vocalize my anger. Underneath the mouth. What does my anger need from me today? Tapping on the chest. What emotions are lying behind my anger? Underneath the arm. Am I feeling sadness or grief? Tapping on the head. Am I feeling scared or anxious? Inner eyebrow. Am I feeling rejected or alone? And then tapping on the outer eyebrow, just say out loud any emotions that you think might be lying behind your anger. Underneath the eye, say out loud anything else, any other emotion that you think might be lying behind your anger. Then underneath the nose, repeat after me. It is safe to express my anger. Underneath the mouth, all of my emotions are valid. Tapping on the chest, I give myself permission to relax and feel safe. Underneath the arm, I give myself permission to relax and feel safe. Tapping on the head, I give my anger permission to relax and feel safe. Then place your palms facing up, shut down your eyes, take a deep cleansing breath for me, breathing in, letting go. Once again, tuning in firstly to your body. How does your body feel in this moment? And then gently tuning in to your number. Where's your number now, just in this moment, as you really begin to show your anger some self-compassion and really give your anger and your nervous system permission to relax and feel safe. Then gently open your eyes. We're going to do one more final round. So tapping on the karate chop, repeat after me. Even though I'm still feeling angry today, I love and deeply accept myself anyway. And even though some days I can feel really angry, that's okay. Anger is a normal human emotion. And even though some days I can feel angry, I love my body. I love my mind. I give my anger permission to feel safe and to feel free. And then moving to the inner eyebrow point, repeat after me. I choose to release my anger today. Outer eyebrow, I choose to release my anger today. Underneath the eye, because it doesn't hurt anyone else. Underneath the nose, this anger can only hurt me. Underneath the mouth, so I choose to be free. Tapping on the chest, I choose to release my anger today. Underneath the arm, I choose to allow my anger to be free. Tapping on the head, I choose to be free from this tension. Inner eyebrow, it's okay to feel angry sometimes. outer eyebrow. It's a normal human emotion. Underneath the eye, and it feels really good. Underneath the nose, to validate my emotions today. Underneath the mouth, I choose to relax and feel free. Tapping on the chest, I choose to relax and feel calm. Underneath the arm, I am the present moment. Tapping on the head, and that's all that matters. Place your palms facing up, shut down your eyes, take a deep cleansing breath for me, breathing in, letting go. And then with your eyes still remaining closed for the final time today, just tuning in to how your body feels in this moment. Then gently checking in with how you feel in this moment. Where is your number now? And even if your number has gone down by 0.5 or even 1, you have still done incredible work to process your anger today. So whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes, becoming present to this moment once again. Well done, everybody. I am so proud of you for taking time to process your anger today. It is such a big emotion. I know I suppressed and ignored mine for years and years and years, and it wreaked havoc on my nervous system. So it's a really beautiful and empowering and healthy practice to tune into your anger. What does it need? What do you need? And always remember to ask yourself, what is lying behind my anger? Because that's when you really will start to get to the core root of whatever's kind of challenging you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I can't wait to see you for the next live session. Goodbye.